Hey guys, welcome back to the Code Studio. Today we will start with variables and data types. This is the second video in our OOP with Java series. In case you haven't seen the previous video, then please do watch it. The link is given in the description. In this video, I will discuss about variables, how the code is interpreted, and types of data types. So let's begin. And here we are back on our Eclipse IDE. This is the code that we had executed in the last video. Today we will discuss about our variables, data types and interpretation of code. So let us create a new class, name variables data types, and tick in this box and finish. So we have created our new class. Let's remove this. Now we will talk about variables. Here x is a variable. Now we will initialize it with a number, and now x stores 4. Now let us give x another value, x equals to 32. X is a variable cause we can assign it any value in the entire program, and we can change its value again and again in the entire program. Okay, but here let's remove this, though it is giving us an error. Let's take x cannot be resolved to a variable. Why this error is coming? Cause it don't have a specific data type. For now, let me give it int. Okay, now x is of data type int, and don't forget to write semicolon after each statement. So here our x is a variable of type int which has value 4. So let's print and check. We will print x. So let me run this code, and here the code has run successfully and 4 is printed on the screen. Now let's see how does the interpreter work. In the next line, I'll assign x to 32, and we will print this also. So what interpreter does, it start interpreting the program from here, right, from public static void main function. So first interpreter will interpret this line. This line will say that a variable name x is created of type int which has value 4. Then interpreter will go in the next line, system.out.println x. So it will print x in our console. Then interpreter will go in the next line. Here it will say that the value of x has been changed to 32. Now what interpreter will do, where the value of x was there, like it was 4, now it would be updated to 32. Now interpreter will interpret this line and print x. Here it will print 4 cause 4 was stored in x, but as interpreter comes on this line, the value of x would be updated to 32, and by this line it will print 32. Let's check and run. See, 4 and then 32. So interpreter basically interprets the code line by line. Now let's move to our data types. So let me remove this code first of all. I have removed this code. Now int is a data type which can store value up to 2 to the power 31 minus 1. So it can store till this number. So it can store till this number, 2147483647. So 2 to the power 31 is 2147483648, and minus 1 is this number. If I increase this number by 1 also, it would give me an error. See, the literal of this type int is out of range. So if I increase by 1 also, the range of int is exhausted. So let it be this number only. So int stores from minus 2147483648 to plus 2147483647. Now to solve this problem and to increase the range, we have another data type called long, L-O-N-G. Let us create a variable y and give a number bigger than this. So we will give this number in positive. Okay, yeah, we have given. Though it is long, it is showing us an error because the interpreter does not know how to resolve this as int or as long. So we have to write L here so that interpreter will resolve this number into a long type variable. If I remove this L, it will give me an error, and see what error says. The literal of type int is out of range. So basically interpreter cannot resolve this variable into long. So just we will write L. Okay, so our range is increased, but the disadvantage of this long is it will take more memory. So we have alternative for that, which is called short. We will create Z, and Z will store till 32767. It won't give us an error because this is the range of Z, that is 2 to the power 15. So here int can store of the numbers of 32-bit, long more than 32-bit, and short of 16-bit. If I write 68, it will give me an error, and that is type mismatch, cannot convert from int to short. So here type is mismatched, so we will put 7 here. So short stores 32767. So the range of short would be 32768 of negative side to 32767 of positive side. We also have another data type that stores more small values, that is called byte. Byte A equals to 127. Here byte stores only 8-bit numbers. So the range of byte is minus of 128 to plus of 127. Here it is 8, here it is 7, cause the 0 is included in all of these three. Hence positive side has 1 less than the bit declared. So let us increase here and see if it takes or not, and it will give me an error. Again type mismatch, cannot convert int to byte. So we'll reduce this 7. Now let us print all of these variables. Let me copy this statement first and control V, and I'll put here X, Y, Z, A, and then I will run and see all these numbers would be printed. Okay, it has printed all. Now what is the problem with this all? They only store integer type values, but if you want to store decimal values like this 0.9, it will give me an error that cannot convert from double to byte. So we have a data type called double, which can store decimal values too. Now let us print this also, and so now when it will run, now this decimal value is also printed. Now if I give an integer value to this double, it will automatically convert this integer value into a decimal value. See, I'll show you. It will give me 12.0 here. So basically double is for decimal or fraction numbers. Now to print characters on the screen, we can't use any of this data types. So we have two data types. First is char, we'll see, that will store only a letter. Char can store only a letter. I'll print this too on the screen. Right, it will print the letter A. But if I try to give more than one letter, it will give me an error. See, invalid character constant. So character or char can only store a single letter. So let me delete it. Now for printing sentences and words, we have another data type called string. String will store all the sentences, words and paragraphs that you will enter. So let us type hello world. So now this is a string. Now let me print the string out. Then I'll run. So here we have hello world. So these are the some basic data types that Java provides us, and today we learned about integer data types, the data types that store only integer values. For decimal we have double, and for character and strings we have char and string. We also learned that how interpreter works and how it works line by line. You can also see by this result, it has compiled and interpreted the program line by line. First this is printed, then this, then this, then this, like in the order we have given, and then interpreted like this. If I write here A equals to 23, and then I'll write system out and print A again. So when I will run, it will give me 23. So now A was 127 here till here, A was 127 till here, but as soon as I write this line, the interpreter will update the value of A from 127 to 23, and this line will print A as 23. That's it for today. I hope you have understood basics of variables and data types, as they are the building blocks for learning Java. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. And yes, next video will feature arrays in Java. So till then, stay tuned and stay safe. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel, and press the bell icon for timely updates. Thank you.